Moving on now to another earth-shaking topic. In light of yet another series of quakes along the Mediterranean, Israel's Geological Survey unveiling a new earthquake alert system. And called Truaa, the system is said to be capable of sensing and warning of an earthquake in as little as 10 seconds after the first tremor. Here with more is certified emergency response specialist Moshe Chertoff. Thank you so much for being with us, Moshe. It's great to have you again, especially on this topic.
Hi.
Now, I understand that this
Hello to all of the viewers also.
Yeah, now I understand that the Truaa system is based on the system developed by Berkeley University in California and released in 2019. What else can you really tell us about this system, about how it works and how effective it is?
First of all, I'd like to thank and congratulate the government who actually purchased this system, because it's very likely going to save thousands of lives and thousands of people from suffering. And please install this app in your phone as soon as possible, because every second counts. By the time we're done with this discussion, we could have that major earthquake that we're hoping not to get, but we have no control over it. Every second counts. Once it goes off, depending on where you are, if you're in the vicinity of the epicenter, you'll get approximately 3 seconds of warning. Now, you may not think that that's a lot, but we'll talk about that. If you're living farther away, of course, you'll get more time to be prepared, up to about 30 seconds. And 30 seconds can be a major thing. And you don't, once you get a warning, you don't want to go and check the app. You want to pretend that this is the biggie and go do what you're supposed to do immediately, as if it's going to be the big earthquake. For instance, just some ideas of what you might stop shaving. That would be a good idea during a major earthquake, or cutting your nails, or putting on makeup, or driving. You might stop your dentist or acupuncturist and say, wait a second, there's an earthquake. And if you're performing surgery, it would be best to stop, get away from a balcony or a ledge. Don't get into an elevator. You can warn other people around you who don't necessarily have the system. Wow. There's a lot of things that you can do, and the 3 seconds will maybe save your life. 30 seconds, you'll have time to consider what you're going to do.
Sure.
Then you have to decide. You have to take into consideration what the strength of the earthquake is. I actually got a warning 2 days ago that I heard like an air raid siren go off from my phone, and it went on for about 10 seconds, and my hair stood on end. I didn't know what was going on, and I couldn't figure it out. And a few seconds later, a second one happened, and then I checked, and I saw it was the earthquake actually being tested, the system amazing. Actually being tested.
So
yeah, it really works.
Well, so I wanted to just jump in, because as you mentioned, we don't know when it's coming, but it is very much expected that a very large and devastating earthquake is going to hit, the Jordan Rift Valley and Israel along with it.
7.5.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, just really briefly, if we can jump into the what to do, when you have those 3 seconds and an earthquake is hitting, what do you do? And as we've talked about before, is Israel maybe shifting more towards what the rest of the earthquake-having world says to do, or is Israel still kind of promoting its own agenda?
I hope so. We have spoken about this in the past, and what I'm telling you now is not what the government or the Homefront Command will tell you to do. But consider the fact that when an earthquake begins, it takes you about 2 to 3 seconds to figure out, is that an earthquake, or did a truck go by, or what's happening? And then generally, I've been in this situation a number of times. People will start saying, oh, no, it's not strong, or maybe it wasn't really an earthquake. So in other words, 5 seconds or so have gone by, but strong earthquakes take only between 30 to 60 seconds. The big major ones are like 45 seconds. But if it's like 4.0 magnitude or under, it's scary, but it's not deadly.
I just want to wrap what you're saying. The stop, drop, cover, and hold. It's get under, stop whatever you're doing, get under the nearest thing that can give you any sort of
get
cover
down.
And hold on to it so it doesn't move away from you.
One, get down, and that way things could fly past you and not on you. And if you can, once you're down, if you can get under something which is strong that will prevent things from falling on you, your lighting, all sorts of things. In advance of that, make sure that all of your bookcases are attached to the wall, that there's nothing heavy on any shelves above head level when you're sitting down, because those won't stay there. They'll fly. Sure. And if you're in the way, you're going to get hit by them. So that's what I would tell people to do, but that's not what the country's telling us to do. And I hope we'll be able to change that soon.
Moshe, thank you so much for joining us again.
My pleasure. I hope we never need anything about what I just talked about.
Me too. ILTV Plus, your news from Israel and more 24/7. Start your free trial today. Subscribe at iltv.tv and watch from any device.